Sophie came off the bench like a wildfire. Clark didn't need 30 points. And Stephanie White? Let's just say, she felt the heat. What really went down in that 99-82 explosion? Buckle up, because this wasn't just a win. It was a warning.
Surprised that the Indiana Fever looked best tonight when Caitlin Clark was surrounded by players that don't have an ego. Surrounded by players that said, I'm going to be MVP of the WNBA this year. And you see how easy it is when you just let Caitlin play ball and others follow.
Finally, after months of listening to the doubt, after watching critics and haters attack at every chance, Caitlin Clark reminded everyone exactly why she is that girl. The Indiana Fever didn't just beat the Atlanta Dream, they completely destroyed them 99-82 in a performance that shut down every single person who ever said this team and this player might be better without her. It was not just a win, it was
final 99-82. Right here, 29 points in the third quarter, 30 points in the fourth quarter. That might be the best second half of the season, the best fourth quarter of the season. Look at these bench points. 29 bench points tonight. And they withstood an absolute barrage by Jordan Canada, who had 26 points in
the haters say the Fever play better when Clark is not on the court. They say she hold the ball too long. They say the team has more options when she sit. But now where are they? Because Friday night completely destroyed that idea. Clark proved she doesn't need to score a lot to take over a game. She didn't dominate the box score, but she dominated the court.
Ride for Indiana and for Clark as well, who's had to fight through a lot of injuries. But I think the encouraging thing from Cece was the fight that she showed on the floor. Clearly, she's not quite at 100%, still working her way back, hasn't found her three ball yet, but what she did was attack. She used the physicality against the defenders by putting her head down and going to the basket. That opened things up for her playmaking, which of course is another genius aspect of her game. Once that started clicking,
let's talk about what really happened. Sophie Cunningham come off the bench like a storm. She play with fire. She score 16 points and grab 10 rebounds, and she do it in a way that felt like a master class. But here's the important part. This was not Sophie shining in Clark's shadow. This was Sophie shining because of Clark. The chemistry between them was electric, and it showed in every play, in every pass, in every...
Cunningham, folks, this might have been the best Sophie Cunningham game she's played so far for the Indiana Fever. When she hit those nail-in-the-coffin threes against the Minnesota Lynx, we were already up in that game. Yes, nail-in-the-coffin, awesome. But we were down in the third quarter. We were down 52-47 in the third quarter. And we came back and won. And that started with Sophie Cunningham hitting a big...
People spend weeks saying the Fever look more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. ESPN's Carolyn Peck even go on national TV and say Indiana was better when Clark doesn't play. Imagine that. The disrespect. They try to convince fans that the greatest rookie in WNBA history, the woman who break attendance records, the player who bring the league back to life, was somehow holding her team back. But Friday night was payback, and it was cold, it was calculated, and it was powerful.
Say that they need Caitlin Clark. I mean, come on, guys. See, this is why you don't listen to ESPN. Idiots like Carolyn Peck said they are more dangerous without Caitlin Clark. It's such the... She should be indicted and go to jail for that comment. That's one of the dumb...
Clark finished the game with 12 points and 9 assists. But those numbers hide the real truth. She shoot 5 of 17 and struggle from three-point range, but her fingerprints were on every single play. She was the brain of the team, the one setting the pace, calling the shots, creating space, making teammates better. And when the Fever trailed by 3 in the third quarter, it was Clark's vision and leadership that turned a tight game into a full-blown blowout.
Was an issue with Stephanie White as much as anything, is they were manhandling her. They were manhandling Caitlin Clark early in that game. Like, they had two hands on her. They were fully getting into the we are grabbing her and we don't really care. Like, that was their goal. Their goal was they were out there to maul Caitlin Clark. They had they had absolutely no intention of doing anything.
If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe. Because what made this game special was not just the win, it was the energy. Sophie Cunningham come off the bench like a fire starter. She torched the Atlanta Dream. She shoot 4 of 5 from deep, hit every big shot when it mattered most. Her season-high 16 points don't happen in a vacuum. They happen because of Clark. Defenders chase Clark 30 feet from the hoop, they fight through screens, they double her on drives, and that's when Sophie get open looks. And she make them count.
Go right here, Sophie Cunningham. Let's check it out. And she's got the long three way downtown. Boom. Way down, boom. So, real nice all-around performance. Second half was great ball tonight. No doubt about it. But Stephanie White let the team cook.
Here's what really make this performance different. The connection between Clark and Cunningham. It was visible. Every time Clark attack and kick out, Sophie was ready to shoot. Every time Atlanta collapse on Clark, she swing it to Sophie for a wide open 3. This is what elite basketball IQ looks like. This is what smart teammates do. Sophie Cunningham understand her role. She knows when Clark on the court the game changes. And she even say it herself. When Clark is playing with us, we play a different style. When she's hurt, it's not the same. That's not hate, that's awareness. That's intelligence. That's a player who understands how to...
Hey, you know what? It's about dang time. Let me tell you that. I have my... Shoot, it's been a second. I just think for the team, you know, we've had a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of movement. When C's playing, it's a whole different team. And when she's back, you know, we got to catch our rhythm. She's a heck of a player, but we got to find ways to get her involved, but keep people hot. But, you know, for me, it finally felt good. It felt good. Like I said, my family's here. My sisters, my best friends. And so it just felt good to have my family here. So I thought...
was the turning point. With 3 minutes and 38 seconds left, the Fever trail 63-60. From that point on, they completely locked down Atlanta. The Dream don't score a single field goal the rest of the quarter. Fever score the last 4 points of the third, then come out in the fourth with an 11-2 run. The score shift to 80-67 and the game is over. It's all Fever from that point on. This wasn't just about Caitlin Clark. It was about the way she lifted every person around her. Kelsey Mitchell lead the team with 25 points. Aaliyah Boston give 19 points and 8 assists. Suddenly the Fever look like the team fans dream of in the preseason. They score 59 points in the second half, their best half of the season, and tied for their best half in 7 years. That's no accident. That's Clark effect.
Herself. We started playing an up-tempo type style that forced the Atlanta Dream to react to what we were doing. Instead of us trying to counterpunch, Atlanta Dream, they found themselves against the ropes. And there we were, Kelsey Mitchell in the third quarter, slugging away. Sophie Cunningham in the third quarter, slugging away. AB in the fourth quarter.
Now let's look at someone who vanished when her team need her. Where was Brittany Griner? The same Griner who always speak out, the same Griner who not shy about her feelings toward Clark. She was silent when it mattered. She finished with just 10 points and 8 rebounds in a game where her team needed her to step up. She shoot 4 of 11. She looked frustrated and overwhelmed, especially against Boston. Griner was supposed to be a force in the paint. She's the one who throw shade at Clark in the past, but Friday night she bring nothing. She even posted before the game saying let's get it, but when it come time to perform she got outplayed from start to finish. She's having the worst season of her career, and this game showed.
This game, in the second half, we didn't take our foot off the gas. We put our foot on the throat of the Atlanta Dream. We didn't tell Caitlin Clark, whoa there, lassie. No, we said, Caitlin Clark, roam free. Fly like a butterfly. Flap your wings, spread your wings. And watch
V10. For months fans and media say the Fever better when Clark sit. ESPN's Carolyn Peck doubled down on that story, say Clark is ball dominant and the team flows better without her. When Clark sit out with injury and the team win a couple of games, that noise get louder. But here's the truth. Fever go 2 wins and 3 losses without Clark in her final 5 missed games. They fall apart in the clutch, they miss her vision, they miss her control. They look like a team missing their heart. And that's what Clark is. She's not just a scorer, she's the one who tie it all together. Friday night she proved she don't need big stats to show value. She proved her presence alone change everything.
Player on the team. Now, they show that they're a quality basketball team without Caitlin Clark, but they're not a championship team without Caitlin Clark. They proved that, okay? So with that said, they need Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark sets her teammates for success, sets better plays, better passing. I guarantee you, Caitlin Clark played that game, they would have won. I mean, come on, the matchup would have.
What's really beautiful about this kind of win? The silence after. Where are all the loud mouths now? Where are the people who say Clark hold this team back? Where are the experts who say Indiana is better without their rookie star? They're gone. Because when you see Sophie hit 4 of 5 from deep, when you see Mitchell lead in scoring, when you see Boston playmake with 8 assists, you realize none of that happened without Clark. She might shoot poorly, but she still control every part of the game. That's leadership. That's star power.
Sophie Cunningham showed up. This was the kind of game that we've sort of been waiting on from Sophie. Her breakout Indiana Fever performance. The rebounds were huge. By the way, she had, I believe, 7 or 8 rebounds in the first half of this game. All right, before she started knocking down.
So if that was just one night, what happens when Clark is fully healthy? When Sophie gets hotter? When the haters get louder? Oh, the drama's just getting started. Hit subscribe, because the next episode might burn even hotter.